Charlie Kirk was born on October 14, 1993, in Illinois, a state in the United States. He grew up near Chicago, in a family that cared about hard work and education. As a child, Charlie liked history and politics. He often read books about America and its leaders. When Charlie was in high school, he began to think about big questions. He asked himself, what makes America strong? What makes America weak? He was interested in freedom, business, and the future of the country. In his teenage years, Charlie started to write and speak about his ideas. He shared his thoughts with friends, teachers, and community groups. People noticed that even though he was very young, he spoke with passion. This passion stayed with him for the rest of his life. In 2012, when Charlie was only 18 years old, he co-founded Turning Point USA, also called TPUSA. The goal of TPUSA was simple: to spread conservative values among young people. Conservative values often include ideas like small government, free markets, and traditional culture. Charlie became the leader and the public face of TPUSA. He traveled to schools, colleges, and events. He gave speeches and raised money. Soon, TPUSA grew from a small student group into a national organization. By working with wealthy donors, TPUSA became very powerful. It created projects like the Professor Watch List, which listed teachers accused of being too liberal, and the School Board Watch List, which tracked school officials. Supporters said Charlie was protecting freedom. Critics said he was spreading fear. But no matter what people thought, Charlie Kirk had built something that many people talked about. He was now a major figure in American politics. After TPUSA, Charlie started other groups too. In 2019, he launched Turning Point Action, also known as TPA. This group was focused on elections and campaigns. It worked to support Republican candidates, especially President Donald Trump. Turning Point Action also took over a group called Students for Trump. Charlie wanted 1 million young people to vote for Trump in 2020. The campaign was not successful, but it made Charlie even more visible in politics. In 2021, Charlie created Turning Point Faith. This group worked with pastors and churches. Charlie believed that religion and politics should be connected. He wanted churches to speak more about elections and political issues. By this time, Charlie was not only a student organizer. He was a businessman, a strategist, and a leader of a movement. Charlie Kirk also became a voice in the media. In October 2020, he started The Charlie Kirk Show, a daily radio program. The show lasted 3 hours each day. He talked about politics, news, and culture. The show was popular. It was on Salem Media's radio stations and also online as a podcast. By 2024, the show had between 500,000 and 750,000 downloads each day. That is a very large number for any podcast. Charlie also appeared on television, wrote articles, and published books. His books were about America, freedom, and young people in politics. Through media, Charlie reached millions of listeners and readers. Charlie Kirk became closely connected with the Republican Party. He spoke at the 2016 Republican National Convention. At first, he was not a strong supporter of Donald Trump, but during the 2016 campaign, he changed his mind. He began to work with Donald Trump Jr., the son of the future president. Charlie spoke at rallies, joined political meetings, and met many leaders. He became known as a young man who could energize students and young voters. Over the years, Charlie gave speeches at many Republican events. He worked with politicians like Senator Rand Paul. He also met world leaders and talked about issues such as Israel, religion, and freedom. In 2025, President Trump appointed him to the Air Force Academy Board of Visitors. This was a sign of trust and respect from the president. Charlie Kirk's views were strong and sometimes controversial. He believed abortion was wrong. He said guns should be legal, even if more gun deaths happened. He spoke against feminism, LGBTQ rights, and immigration. Many people said his ideas were extreme. Some accused him of spreading false information about elections and COVID-19. But Charlie always defended himself. He said he was telling the truth and standing up for freedom. He also believed strongly in Christianity. As he grew older, he talked more about faith. He supported Christian nationalism, the idea that America should return to Christian values. Through Turning Point Faith, he tried to bring religion into schools and politics. In 2021, Charlie married Erica Francve, who had been Miss Arizona USA in 2012. Erica was also a businesswoman and a podcast host. Together, they had 2 children. Charlie and Erica shared their life on social media. They talked about family, faith, and the importance of raising children with values. Charlie became more religious after marriage. He joined a Christian church and spoke about the role of faith in his life. In 2024, Charlie continued to travel and give speeches. He visited many colleges on a tour called "You're Being Brainwashed." He debated with students and encouraged young people to think about politics. This tour was very successful online. Turning Point Action said it produced around 2 billion social media views. Charlie was also an investor. He put money into companies connected to the conservative movement. One of these was 1789 Capital, which supported MAGA businesses. By 2025, Charlie Kirk was only 31 years old, but he had already become one of the most famous conservative activists in the United States. On September 10, 2025, Charlie was in Salt Lake City, Utah. He was speaking at a university event. During the speech, a man attacked him. Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. His death shocked America. News spread quickly on television, radio, and the internet. The FBI investigated the attack. President Donald Trump, many Republican leaders, and even some critics expressed sadness. Trump ordered American flags to fly at half-staff to honor Charlie. Many people said his death was a tragedy for the conservative movement. Charlie Kirk lived only 31 years, but his life was full of activity. He built large organizations. He spoke to millions of young people. He created radio shows, podcasts, and books. He influenced politics, religion, and media. Some people admired him. Others strongly disagreed with him. But no one could deny that Charlie Kirk left a mark on American politics.